competitive innovation in the age of AI. I'm happy to introduce to you Andrei Hasna, the CEO and co-founder of Hasna, a collective innovation hub he established in 2018 with his wife, Diana. With a bold mission to transform the nature of living, the company empowers the next generation of innovation on Earth. Before this, Andrei founded Beep Media, an international marketing agency that he successfully bootstrapped into one of Romania's fastest growing startups. Please welcome Andrei on stage.
All right. So I want to tell you a story about this hippie guy that he walks into a research center, and there is this thing which we now call a mouse. And he looks at it with his colleagues and says, wow, this is going to change everything. He takes the idea, he brings the idea to his company being quite successful at the time, and he develops the next Macintosh, which you probably know. The guy that I'm talking about is Steve Jobs. So what is this has to do with AI and competitive innovation? The company that he visited, you probably know, is Xerox. They don't do much these days. Apple does. There is this point in a company's life where you have to choose. You know the technology is advancing every single day, and you know that probably at some point you're going to get disrupted, or you're going to disrupt somebody. But in that moment, there was the Xerox moment. The Xerox moment which defined the future of Apple and redefine the future of Xerox. So let's talk about what being competitive means, especially now in the age of AI. How do we remain competitive when AI has the potential to disrupt every single business, including ours, and we may at some point disrupt other businesses? So I want to ask you a question. Before we understand how to become or remain competitive, we have to understand what innovation, what is the true cost of innovation. I want to talk to you about the three pillars of true innovation. And I'll explain why. Because I think it's important to understand that innovation is not something that we just copy somebody else, we slightly change, and then there you go, we have a new business, we're going to disrupt everybody. The world is changing, right? You're young, you understand this, and you see that AI is probably going to disrupt every single business. You also know that at some point, even if you don't do that now, you're going to have to use AI or some sort of machine learning in your processes. But the world also becomes or should become more collective. The problem with innovation right now, or until now, is that the resources were scarce. You had access to knowledge. Now you have access to all the knowledge with ChatGPT. Sure, it may not be the best knowledge in the world, but you still have access to it. Now the world is going to move to a place where you will be forced to remain collaborative with others in order to survive. So, in my opinion, the three pillars of true innovation, it has to be collective. You have to collaborate one with each other in order for the company to survive and for everybody to survive. The second one, it has to be transformative. Okay, what in the world this means? There are two types of innovation. There is incremental innovation, and there are big jump points, like AI. Incremental meant jumping from diesel cars to diesel cars that cost less. Quantum leaps are defined like the fourth industrial revolution right now, which is AI, which means that you will have to adapt to it. So, if your business wants to survive, or anything that you do, you have to create something that's transformative in a quantum leap way and doesn't follow just the incremental process. If you take a look at what happens with AI right now, there was this big jump. It became like a quantum leap, and then it's now incremental. So I dare you, when we will have the next jump, serious, real jump in AI, not incremental, but a quantum leap, it's probably going to be at some point where somebody finds a different way to train AIs. Now, the third pillar of true innovation, the way I see it, it has to be multidisciplinary. Let me explain. You have ChatGPT, for instance. GPTs, the models, they are being trained by people, specialized people in different disciplines, for us to get high-quality data. But even that, not enough. Imagine two different disciplines coming together in a point where something or someone has a major breakthrough. Imagine quantum physics getting together with AI, or biology with AI. Then what do you accomplish? The world, to survive, needs to be multidisciplinary. We are at the convergence point where we cannot afford anything less. And I'll explain that soon, if this works. Yes, hopefully. Yeah. Okay. So, imagine a place, again, in the future, where somebody is going to create a 100% AI-led company that's going to run everything. This company could be 50 times more powerful than Google, Facebook, Meta combined, ran by two people in a basement. So what do? Can you afford that? Can we afford the world to be changed by AI as we oversee it now? Or does AI need to be regulated because this is a possibility? Welcome in the era of AI-first companies. These companies will have AI embedded in their core infrastructure and will run most of their operations and decision-making, mostly being run by agents, AI agents. Now, this is very important because if you want to build a company today, or you want to be part of the company, or you're already part of a company, you have to think about three things, again, three things, important for any entrepreneurial environment. And this is to have an AI-first company, what it will matter will be speed, first of all, efficiency, the second one, and the third one, it's you. It's about intuition. You will not, probably, in my opinion, be able to create an AI company in the next 5 years that runs just on AI. It needs human touch, it needs human intuition. As people, we observe things. AI cannot right now. And we don't want to create a system where the AI will take over. We will have flying drones and cameras and everything, and everybody's going to watch us. It will learn, even though to some extent this happens now. But intuition is going to play a highly important role in building any company. So don't forget that. There is one more thing that's really important, is efficiency. AI will bring efficiency on board. Why? Because AI creates automation, and AI creates different structures that help us run the company more efficient, and everything leads to speed. Okay, so just a quick thought. How about, instead of competitive, we become collective? I want to introduce you to something that we created. It's called Hasna. It's a collective innovation hub. And again, it's about you. We bring creative minds together to change the way we live. Probably, and I say this probably, we may have lost our way to live to some extent. We have created more pollution. We have created food scarcity. Half of the world still lives in the darkness without internet, which means less access to knowledge and education. Okay, so our mission, like I said, is about changing the nature of living. And we do so through networking and innovation. So this hub that I'm telling you about, and I won't bother you much about it, it's about young people, young-minded people coming together in one place and discussing ideas about how to impact humanity, about how to change our everyday lives, be it in a community, in a country, or even the entire world. And it focuses on 3 pillars. It's about networking. You guys come with us, discuss with us, and we will get into different groups. And from there, we can create different companies. We will support that. The second one, we either fund or finance the company, or we help you partner with somebody else. And the third one is about helping you grow. Now, there is an open question, is which industry do you think impacts humanity the most? And I leave you to it because I think it's important to understand it may be a trick question. I think all the industries are very important. But you should think about, because in big systems thinking, there is this thing called leverage point. A leverage point is, there is one thing, a small thing that you can do for humanity today that will have a higher impact across the world. AI started in a lab, right? The 4 focus areas that we have are health, technology, education, and surprise, surprise, spirituality. Why would we focusing on spirituality? Like, come on. Well, I'll tell you why. Because the convergence of every human being is its spiritual universe. So think about that. Okay, I won't hold you much. If you want to say hello, you can email at hello@hasna.com. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy Textilvania.
Maybe some questions?
Yes, please.
Anybody? raise your hand if you have a question. I have a question. Are you looking for certain solutions to like grow inside the hub?
Are we?
Are you looking for certain solutions to grow inside the
Yes,
hub?
we do. That's a very good question. Shame on me, I haven't told you about this. So we have 3 open source projects. One is about preventing detection and prevention of forest fires, which impacts is governments and countries lose billions of dollars every year. The second one is about finding missing people in case of disasters, natural disasters, or kidnap people. And the third one is about child safety in the age of AI. And when I say child safety, I mean on social media especially.
I know from your background that you're an entrepreneur and also investor, and you support various startups like in the biotechnology sphere, also alternative healthcare, right?
Yes.
What interests you about these specific verticals?
Well, you know, when people solve all the problems, what do you want to do? They want to sit back, relax, and live longer. I would say anything that relates to biotech and relates to finding an alternative way to live should support us as human beings, not just to live longer, but live more peacefully and enjoy life. Because you see, there is a study at some point, past 50 years, where people spend almost their entire life thinking about, am I going to die, or I may end up in the hospital one day. So we could and we should extend that, but up to a point where we don't just do that, but we're capable of creating good things for society.
What inspired you to, I mean, do you have questions? Because I'm going to take them if you don't. I'm going to take advantage of him being here. What inspired Hasna? Like, dive a little bit more into your personal experiences.
Okay, so first of all, when I was a little boy, I wanted to be an inventor. I actually wanted to invent the time machine, then I found out it's not possible. And so we had a little bit of success with this marketing agency. And I remember this whole dream that I had, being travel all around the world and seeing some good stuff and some bad stuff. I realized how important it is for us to step in. And it doesn't really matter from which point of your life or from which point of expertise or even resources you step in. And the reason for that is that everything that was once created, that today is powerful, started in a room with 2 people. So I said to myself, okay, I'm going to do that. And hopefully one day, something really important for the world is going to happen.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time, for the presentation, and for bringing this innovative hub to the country.
Yes.